What's up, Frank? And the Freestyle Komics Facebook page because I'm trying to get as much reach as possible on this, and it looks like it's a improved signal. I'm gonna tag Danny Cooper in so I can get his feedback. Oh, she switched it over. Hey, hello to Maanale, aka Vigilance, as she has switched over her profile picture. What's up, Paige? How you doing? What's up, Eric? Oh, I don't know who else is on here. Whoever's on the FSK Freestyle Komics page, what's up? For those of you just tuning in, I'm Mike Watson with Freestyle Komics. What's up, Clara? Hope I pronounced your name right. David, how you doing? When I do Dear Creative, I use my phone for the Freestyle Komics Facebook page, and I use my profile page for my desktop when I'm doing it. I'm just trying to get a couple shares out there real quick. If you guys don't mind waiting a second. What's up, David? Oh, we have another David joining us. How are you doing, David? Boom, 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 boom. Darian, what's up, man? How you doing? Oh, wow. That's pretty awesome to open up to the freaking, you know what? We're just going to roll. Forget it. All right, so we got 6 people watching there. What's up, Mason? What's up, man? How you doing? All right, so I think it all started with Wizard World Philadelphia is when the pandemonium of busyness started for me and Freestyle Komics. So Philly was May 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st, somewhere right around that range that weekend. And then we got the next weekend off. And then after that, it was Wizard World Des Moines. And now this very next weekend, it is Wizard World Columbus. But I have an event tomorrow night with Creative Control Fest. And that's going to be cool. But so Wizard World Philadelphia, hey, I'll just start off with some numbers here. So Wizard World Philadelphia was a 4-day show. I had, how many panels did I have there? I think I only had a couple. I had three creative stages, and I had 2 panels in Philly. Yeah. I think so. Philadelphia, I sold 77 comics in Philadelphia in a 4-day show. And my #1 selling book in Philadelphia was Vigilance. But the thing that was really big for me in Philadelphia, which was a little off because I don't normally get that many, is commissions. I do commissions because I draw and I write comic books, but I do live commissions there. But I've started this year with a commissioned book. So all the artwork that I use for my prints or comic pages and stuff like that, I put in this commission book and I set it on top of my desk or my table. And hey, Norma, Luis, what's up, Juan? What's up, Mike? And I let people flip through it, and I sell that stuff as is, or else I'll ink it or I'll color it. You know, I'll let it go for a pretty fair price. So I killed on the commissions because of that book. Since I've been doing it this year, 1 or 2 pieces ago, but I sold like 8 or 9 pieces out of the book in Philadelphia. So commissions was like the big thing. And that's kind of like when you're going to these shows, you have a normal process or a normal flow of how things go. But then there's always that one anomaly that will, you know, is not what you expect, and that really takes off at the show. Let me see. So then I did pretty good at Philly, and I got invited. Hey, Jen. I got invited out to Wizard World Des Moines, which is awesome, right? Because I've never been to Des Moines, never been to Iowa. It's a whole new market, whole new crowd, whole new show. What up, though? And, you know, I got invited out there to do more of the creative stage and more of the panels and do my hype line. People are really starting to dig the hype line that I do at Wizard World. And so Philly's a 4-day show, right? Des Moines is a 3-day show, and I sold 107 comic books in Des Moines, which sucks about that, and I'll get into details of it. I kind of missed one day right? So I could have sold more comic books, and I'll go into detail about that later on. And my highest selling book in Des Moines was Heroes International. People were really digging the Heroes International pitch. I flew to Des Moines, so this is also the first time that, what's up, Des? This is also the first time that I got on a plane. So mandating like what I take with me, how much I take with me, was a whole new thing to me. So comics was the big thing, and I showed a couple commissions because I did have the commission book with me. So I was able to sell one or two of those commissions or whatnot. Because I didn't have my print wall, that didn't give me as much attention as normal, and I had to work extra hard in regards to keep the traffic going because there was plenty of traffic. But comics was the big thing. Prints was super, super low. I sold a decent amount of prints in Philly. So that's basically what the comparison I want to make here is that you kind of never know how the show is going to go, right? But what you need to do, what's up, Rob? What you need to do is always, when you're going to a comic book convention, you have to realize and understand what level is the convention, what type of convention are you going to. Sky, hey, what's up? What's up? On the Freestyle Komics page, we have Sky, who I met out at Wizard World Des Moines. It was his first con, and he bought all the freaking Hotshot books. And Sky is saying Wizard World Des Moines was his first con ever, and because of you, it was absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to read the comics my boyfriend and I got. Thank you so much for an amazing experience. You are so welcome. You guys were awesome, and you guys gave me a great experience. Even though I go to shows all the time, you guys gave me one heck of an experience, and I really enjoyed you guys. I hope you enjoy the books. Please, please let me know your honest opinion about the books. You won't hurt my feelings if you don't like them. I just want to know why. Rob, sup? Hope Wizard was. Gotta run. Catch us later. Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem, Rob. Cool. You'll catch it later. I'm coming to you this weekend for a commission cover. Oh, shoot. Yeah, and Jen is another person that I see at a number of shows. Jen, I got you on a commission. Whatever you want, we gonna make it happen. So, and for those of you that don't know what the hype line is, Jen knows exactly what the hype line is. I go out to, like, while the VIPs and general audience is waiting to get into the show from like the 9 to 10 o'clock hour, I've chosen to take that time to go out there and talk to them and actually pitch to them, because guess what? They ain't going nowhere. So my basic pitch is that, I'm Mike Watson. I'm with Freestyle Komics. I make these comic books, and I'm very, very confident in these books. I really want you guys to come see it. I'm going to help you. Like, I'm looking forward to it, Jen. I can't wait for the show to get started. I really want you guys to come see my books, and I want you guys to see my books so badly that I am willing to bribe you into coming to see them. So I give them a ticket, and that ticket, when they bring it on my table, it gets them a free item. But they got to listen to my 2-minute spiel about my comic books. So in Philly, I did that every day. Philly, it gave me a lot of traffic. It gave me a lot of people at my table. And I do that for 1 or 2 folks, because there's going to be dead times where nobody comes to the table, or some of the traffic will be all caught up in the photos, going to get their celebrity photos, get their autographs and stuff. So sometimes that pulls away from the floor, and you got to wait for that stuff to come out there. What I want to do is keep traffic coming at my table, even when there's nobody, walking around. So there'll be somebody looking for my table. Also, when I do have a number of people at my table, that looks great, and it has people asking what's going on, and it gives me an opportunity to talk to those people and the people that are walking around. And, I try to be as entertaining as I can with the 2-minute spiel to pull people over and to entice the people that are there. And so my conversion rate for Philadelphia was around 45% of, turning a free item into an actual sale. And my conversion rate in Des Moines was about 48% of turning a free item into an actual dollar amount sale. And what's up, Frank? How you doing? Servando, how are you doing? I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. And I keep track of that. I keep track of that, which ones I convert to sales, which ones I don't, because I want to know how well I'm doing. And it's also like a little mini game to myself, like, how can I beat last con's record? Can I beat the numbers from last con? Or it keeps me at pace. Like, maybe I need to switch up what I'm saying or how I'm saying it to convert these into sales, right? So did that in Philly for 4 days. And the prints and the commissions were the big thing. Like shows are kind of going to have different themes. But when I go to Wizard World shows, because they're mainstream pop culture shows that feature everything in geekdom, not just comics. We're talking anime, we're talking video games, we're talking comics, we're talking comic shop, we're talking toys, we're talking stars, we're talking celebs, we're talking you are very entertaining. Crowd engagement is powerful. Yes, it is. Thank you, Mahanale. And Mahanale was out there in Des Moines with me dressed up as Vigilance. It's been a long time since she's been in a costume, but she was able to come out, and that really helped as well. When I'm planning for this show, because it's a Wizard World show and the scale of it's big, you're getting a ton of traffic. And it's my job to try to snatch that traffic. I've always been to have the rule of thumb that once you buy your ticket to a comic book convention, you have signed an agreement that gives me the right to talk to you. Because you know, you're welcome, because you know that there are vendors there. There are salesmen, there are saleswomen there that are trying to get you to buy their stuff. Now, you ain't got to buy it. By no means do you have to buy it. But I'm damn sure going to talk to you about it. I'm going to say hello. And half the time, I'm not even going to try to sell to you. I'm just going to talk to you, say, hey, what's up? Have a geek out conversation with you or whatnot. I hate doing hard sells. But, you know, every once in a while, you're going to have to do a hard sell to try to, you know, get your practice and let you get comfortable with how you're talking and pitching to people or whatnot. Now, and that one aspect that you're never going to be able to tell is what's really going to be the theme, what's really going to sell at this show. Yeah, like I said, I wasn't expecting the commission book to be the big thing, the hot ticket item, and it was. But when I got to Des Moines, with the majority of what I had being the comic books were the hot ticket item. Your table, whatever you want to make your selling item, right? However you set your table up to orchestrate that, whatever your main theme at your table is, that is generally going to be the main thing that sells most times. So comics were at my table. I had nothing but comics and a very small preview book of my prints or whatnot. And Des Moines, I hit the hype line hard in Des Moines. And I would have to say, Columbus, step up this weekend. All right, Des Moines came hard on the hype line. It was the best hype line that I've done in a long time. And they were energized, they were authentic, they were ready to go. I only had to say it twice, hey, who's ready for Wizard World? You know, they kind of looked at me like, what? Huh? Who's this guy? And then when I came back and did it again, they got it. Boom, 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 boom. And the people that had multiple day tickets came to expect it, on Saturday. Challenge accepted. I knew I'd call you out, Jen. When Saturday came around, Friday I did it, right? So Saturday came around, and they saw me walking in. They came to expect it. They were like, oh, shoot. And there was people who generally remembered me. They were like, oh, that's the Freestyle Komics guy. Hot shot. You know, they were shouting out characters and stuff. And that's how you build a rapport. That's how you get people to remember you. And there were people who came to my table every day just to say what's up. They didn't buy something every day. They bought something the first day. They didn't need to get anything else. Then there were people who bought something the first day, came back the next day and bought something else. So, you know, just having that constant traffic of people at your table, that's good. That keeps the day going. So I would have to say that Philly, I'm normally pretty good at the hype line, so I'm not really too concerned about that. But there was a ton of people there, and you know, we had a lot of celebs at Philly. And then I was on the creative stage and my panels. Now I was a little trying to figure out what to do with the creative stage. I knew what I was doing, right? I knew what I wanted to do on the creative stage, but I really didn't. I started to develop it. I got more comfortable as we were going into it. And the longer I was on the creative stage, I felt more comfortable and I could try to, you know, do some things and get more attention on it. So whenever I was on the creative stage or when I was at my panel, I brought my tickets with me because I had extras. And I wouldn't just talk to the people in the seats right in front of me. I talked to whoever could hear me on the microphone. Anybody that can hear me, I'm talking to you. I make sure I include them and stuff. And so I'd hand them all tickets, say, hey, I'm going back to my table if you guys want to come back and check out what I'm doing. And, you know, I pitch my stuff. At the very beginning, I get there early. I have a couple of minutes. I pitch my comics and what I do. Then I go into my little program, and then I pitch my stuff again at the end of it and give them a free ticket and bring them on over. And I think in Des Moines, I really got super good with the creative stage. Well, not to say it like a cocky thing, like I completely flipped what I did. It was the same idea, it was the same concept, but I flipped how I did it, and it gravitated to the audience so much better. I noticed as I was doing the creative stage, more people came over and sat down. More people were watching me and watching what I was doing and wanting to be involved. So when I had their attention, of course, I tried to snatch them and bring them over to the table. And those in turn turned into sales. When I did my panel, I brought people back. That in turn turned into sales. Any opportunity I got where I was on stage and I could get people's attention, my immediate thought process was make them remember who the hell I am, and then how can I convert that to my table to sales, to get them to know my brand. Even if people didn't buy anything, it's just the fact that I'm getting to talk about it with them. And once, even if someone didn't buy anything, I didn't take that as an L. I took that as, well, whoever walked past, whoever looked at me, whoever came over while I was talking to that person too. That gave me an opportunity to say it to more people. So I think like my creative stage appearances went really well in Des Moines. Philadelphia, I was working them out, right? Like working out the concept of it. And then in Des Moines, it clicked. And so I sold 107 books. Philly only sold 77 books, right? And so I could have sold more books. And I messed up because I didn't realize where the general audience was on Saturday. I found the VIPs, and it was getting close to the 10 o'clock hour, and I didn't know where they were lined up at. And so I missed that opportunity to get the hype line going. So if I would have found them on Saturday, I probably could have sold 130, 140 comic books on Saturday. But even without that, I still outdid a 4-day appearance at Philadelphia with everything else. Because even though I missed that opportunity, right, I wasn't pissed about it. I was just like, dang it, all right. So I immediately turned around and flipped and said, all right, so what can I do to make up for that? That means that I'm going to have to be at the table, like, and really pushing and like pulling more people over instead of really relying on the normal, walkover, the normal soft sale and my tickets. Now I'm going to have to really push hard sales and or hard conversations and bring people over, crack jokes. One of my favorite things to say is, hey, all the looking's free this weekend. Darian saying something. I know your energy and personality really awesome, humble, and pleasant person, but how do you keep your creativity and motivation going and pushing your work to the next level, avoiding a creative block? Also, how do you build your audience following and keep them interested in your work? Good question. Good question. I'm going to answer that in a second. And that's how I think, like, I did better numbers on the books. And so I didn't, like I said, I just pushed it hard on Saturday. And Sunday was by far my best day because I figured out where the crowd was, found them, did the hype line. I had their attention. They were involved. They were smiling. I was getting them to laugh. So I was being very inclusive. And that's what I did with the VIPs. That's what I did with the general audience. And then I went out there I had a creative stage once. And I was out there, and it didn't hurt that I had Saturday was great because I had my Adelie out there in costume. So even though I missed out on, the full hype line, I still had a freaking dope-ass cosplayer in Vigilance costume. In Des Moines, we ended up selling out of Emerald Quest #1, Hotshot #4, Hotshot #5, Vigilance #2, Vigilance #3. I sold 5 variant covers, I believe. And those are at collectible prices. So we sold our variant covers for $10. Those were good. That was good. Like somebody just came in and swooped all 4 of them, and like in one purchase, and then I sold one other. So that's nice, right? I mean not right. It is. That is nice. So Darian, to go into your question, so how do you keep your creativity and motivation going and pushing your work to the next level to avoid a creative block? To avoid a creative block, I just keep working. I keep pushing. If I feel like I'm getting stuck on something, man, I'll pull out a comic book. I'll watch one of my favorite animes, or I'll play a video game. Right now, what I rock back and forth between is Detroit and God of War right now. And I really like to take my time with my games. What's up, Charlene Saunders? How you doing? So I really like to take my time with the games, and like I get a lot of inspiration from cartoons, video games, comics, movies. What we're actually what like even at my job, we had training today, right? At my work where I do part-time teaching. Um, and we were doing our training for the summer classes. I run the art class in the summer, and two of the women told these really emotionally powerful stories that were really close to them about how they helped one of the youths in our program, and the overall thing was about forgiveness. Being big enough to understand you can't let that hate sit on you, and even though this person has done you irreversibly wrong, um, forgiving them and moving on. And the story was really good, and it was very relevant to what we were doing in the training. But it immediately clicked with me and made me start thinking of the storyline I'm working on with Hotshot right now. And it was called The Calamity of Hotshot. This next story arc. Well, I'm changing the name of it already, and I didn't realize what my focus was dealing with failure and forgiving oneself in this arc. And it gave me like a whole new channel of how to approach the story and what Hotshot's going to go through and experience. So my mind, I guess, is just always clicked, ready, and open to take and receive anything. I can turn anything into a comic book, or not necessarily a comic, but to an idea, a narrative, and then I'll go and build from that. Also, how do you build your audience following and keep them interested in your work? Events. I had a bunch of people here. There was like 9 people watching this. There were like 3 or 4 people on the Facebook page watching this, and that I'm pretty sure is because I just came off of Philadelphia and Des Moines. I'm constantly on my social media posting stuff. I have a very good administrative team helping me build the Freestyle Komics brand. And I'm attaching myself with people that are also doing these things, cosplayers, other creators. I'm under the Short Fuse umbrella, and Short Fuse is very successful in putting out books, delivering Kickstarters, showing up, and just being damn good in the community. And it doesn't help that I'm also associated with very successful people in the comics community and the con convention community. So it's a lot of things that that adds to building my audience and keeping people interested in the work. And I think I've been told, I think it's just a general excitement and love for wanting to make comic books. And you can tell that when I'm talking, when I'm out there at the cons, when I'm doing Facebook Live. Like we were out the other day giving out flyers for Wizard World to amp people coming in for the show or whatnot. So I just try to be genuine, authentic, and I try to be real as much as I possibly can. So, oh yeah. Let me get here. So I've got a full schedule for Wizard World Columbus. I'm expecting Wizard World Columbus to be off the chain. All right, because I'm hometown, home game, right? So we're bringing back the 30-minute poster contest. I couldn't do it in Des Moines because I couldn't take all that stuff with me on the plane. But the 30-minute poster contest is coming back. Boom! Saturday and Sunday. So basically, any purchase you make at my table gets you a raffle ticket. I pull that raffle ticket so Saturday is going to 7. I pull that raffle ticket at about 5. If I pull that ticket, you get a poster. What's this? You know it will be. But if I pull your ticket, you get a poster. I got 30 minutes to draw that poster while being on Facebook Live of an original FSK character in ink. And that's pressure, and I got to be able to pull it off. But you get that commission poster for free if I pull your ticket. Free items. The free items are always going to be a part of the thing that we do. So if you're in the general audience line, and Jen can equate for this, if you're in the general audience line and the VIP line, I'm coming out there between the hours between 8:50 and about 9:50, 9:55. You're going to have me out there. I'll probably come out there 2 or 3 times to give you opportunities to get the tickets, to hear me talk about what we do, meet my cosplayers. We're going to have 3 cosplayers there. Oh my God. All right, 3 cosplayers. So we're going to have Marcy coming back as Iron Smith. She's one of our cosplay all-stars. Ma'anale coming back to Columbus to retake on the role of Vigilance. And then we also have our newest cosplayer, Felicia, who will also be another one of our Vigilances. We have so much stuff going on. I want to make sure we have cosplayers at the table, but also want to make sure I have cosplayers at the creative stage and the panels that I'm going to. And I'm trying to pull up my schedule now, so we're talking about what I have going on. What's Jen saying? I'm going to win that raffle. You going to win that raffle, Jen? Jen, I might just even do 2 raffles to help ensure that you win. I might work something out for you where I just toss you out my demo poster to show people what I can do. But we'll talk about that later. I'm just excited right now. Don't quote me on that. I'm excited because, you know, it's good to be back home and to do a visual show back home because you're home. The FSK team is going to be there. I'm sad Danny won't be there. My editor, he's going to be out of town with the family. You know, you got to spend time with the family. And but Laura, our Comic-Con, our event coordinator, is going to be there. Jessica, our social media expert, is going to be there. Manale, Marcy, Felicia, me. So we are going to be freaking deep. So I'll help market you all week. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. She's going to help me market all weekend. Awesome. All right, just real quick. I didn't want to be on here too long because, you know, I still have tons of stuff to do. I'm still working on, you know, all of the FSK books, the Freestyle comic books. I am working on Ethan Murphy's book, Screen Boy, trying to get that done so we can have it in time for FSK Day. We're also planning for FSK Day. I am running an art class for Ecker Connects this summer for a summer program, and I'm also running some art classes in the evening for Picktown Art, along with doing an event with Creative Control Fest tomorrow night, the regular promotional stuff that we always do. And we're getting ready to move on the 15th, so we've been packing up the house to get ready to move into our new house. And both my children's birthdays are this week and next week, and all the travel to the shows. So it's been crazy. It is straight pandemonium in this house and the things that are going on. Friday, I got my sketch card demo that I'm doing, showing you how I make UpperDeck sketch cards because I also am a freelancer for UpperDeck and Marvel Comics, and they're doing their sketch card stuff. Friday again, I will be telling you about how to handle self-promotion. A lot of things that I do and talk about here on Dare Creative, I will be doing it live at Wizard World. Saturday, I'll be doing scripts to panels on the creative stage, and this is one of my this has quickly become one of my favorite things. I let the audience and the con become the directors and the writers for this page that I do live on the creative stage. How to make comic books. I'm going to tell you how you break into comic books, or how I'm going to break down the process of making a comic book all the way from the writing down to the post-production work. How do you get into comic books? We will be talking about how, you know, what you need to do to get into comic books, to get into that job, what I did, and, you know, my long path to it. So I want to tell you this stuff so you don't have to take as long as I did. And I will be doing a coloring demo on Sunday with markers. Yeah, that's what I'm going to need to get some new markers. My markers are running out. Yeah, so that is my schedule outside of always being at my table and doing the 30-minute sketch drawing. We'll be doing the raffle tickets, be doing the free ticket item, and so I'll have prints. We'll have prints. I got new prints. Last year in Columbus, I didn't have all the books I have now, so I'll have new books there as well. And I'll be doing commissions. I have a special Wizard World Columbus commission sheet. And if you guys want to get on that commission sheet early, my commissions are going to be 50 full color on that sheet. But if you pre-order it with me now and pay it on PayPal, or hit my store, or just message me and I'll get you the information. You can have it for $40, and I have it for you right when you walk in. So that means I'll get it done before Wizard World Columbus, and then you can just pick it up at my table, and you save $10 on getting it done. So if anybody's interested in that, just message me, and we'll go ahead and make that happen. I don't know. I think that's all. I think that's all I got. It's a lot, and I am just, man, I am just a ball of fury of excitement going into these cons, going into these shows. I think after this show, I don't have a comic convention again until July, which is good because you need to have a break. You need to have a rest. I'll hit you up, Jen. I lost my train of thought. Yeah. So because I've never done 3 comic conventions in a month, like how Victor Danders does this. I will never figure out. He does way more shows than I do, and it's not that I don't appreciate it. I'm just not used to it. I love it. Like when I get there to the show, new city, new vibe, figuring out the new show, working the show, having a great time. It's fun. It is incredibly fun, and this is exactly what I want to be doing. It just is an adjustment. It is a serious adjustment. See you at the show. Yes, Mason, I will see you at the show, man. It's a serious adjustment to do 3 shows in 1 month. And that's literally what I did. I only had 1 week off, plus, still working my part-time gigs, right? And working on the comic books that I'm working on. We have new stuff coming to Freestyle Komics that I can't announce yet because we're still finalizing some of those details or whatnot, but like working those things out. I just brought on a new artist that will be drawing some stuff for us, and that announcement will be coming soon as well as to who it is. And some of his work, he's freaking fantastic. And it's a lot. It's a lot, but I welcome it. Like, I am not shying away from it. There's just so much opportunity right now that I absolutely don't want to pass up. And like, this is the moment. When you feel like you're about to be swallowed and consumed by the work, when you keep getting messages or calls from people like, hey, do this, do you want to do this, or you're available for that, and still on top of the stuff that you're working on in your own, you're not done. You're not finished. That's not the end point. That's like, you're about to break through. That means that, like, that's telling you, man, you're about to get to the next level. You're about to get to the next level. Keep punching, keep pushing, keep pushing. I'm like, I feel like the bride in the coffin in Kill Bill, and I'm punching through that coffin. I'm punching to that top so I can get to the next level. I'm trying to get there. And it's an amazing feeling. It is a ridiculously amazing feeling to be engulfed and consumed in what you love in your craft. I don't know how else to say that. But, unless you guys got any questions, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this episode up. I wanted to keep it short. But if you guys have any questions, please follow. Let me see here. Actually, I'm going to give you the link. Please follow the Dear Creative Facebook event page that I've set up on the Freestyle Komics page. Follow Freestyle Komics. Actually, let's do some shout-outs. Follow Freestyle Komics. Follow Short Fuse Media. Follow Vantage In-House. Follow any indie creator that you love. Support them. Share them. Like them. Tell people about them. I can't think of anything else right now. I'm like scatterbrained. I'm trying to think of what I gotta do next. What I gotta do when I get off of this live stream. There's my events, and my children have come home from church. As you can hear upstairs in the background, total pandemonium. Here it is. Here is my Dear Creative event page. I'm gonna put the link in there. So if you guys want to know whenever I'm doing Dear Creative, I normally do it on Wednesday at 8:45, and I like to do it on New Comic Book Day. But here is the link. Follow that, join it, and then you'll be able to get updates. You can ask and post questions in there for me, and I'll answer them on next week's episode. Also follow the Freestyle Comics page on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. Our store is up and running on Facebook, so you can get shirts, you can get comic books, and all that jazz. We have more books coming out later on this year. and we have events happening this year, specifically named Freestyle Komics Day. I cannot wait. Freestyle Comic Day is going to be big. We got Daryl Banks, we got Yuko Smith, we got Ren McKenzie, we got Victor Dandridge, we got Allison Leith, we got Dickie Dolce, we got Absolute, we got Dre Fire. We've got all types of things happening at the show, and that's like just me just rattling that off at the top of my head. The whole point of Freestyle Comics Days, we're trying to raise money to make more comic books and get out to more shows. We're trying to see if we can raise $3,000 in one day. We're going to have tons of exclusive stuff. We're going to have our comic books on hand. We're going to have an exclusive sketchbook. We're going to have tons of stuff that you guys, all fancy little exclusive stuff, door prizes, raffle contests, silent auctions, all of it. So hope you guys can come out and join us for it. And all right, I'm gonna get out of here. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments, and I will get to them next week. It's gonna be nice to have a Dear Creative after we've wrapped up all the shows, and I'll go over like my red line, my green line, my expenses and stuff like that, because I keep track of all those things while I'm doing these shows. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hopefully, I'll see you guys at Wizard World. If you're going to Wizard World, please use my discount code Watson20, saves you 20% off your tickets. The more people that use it, the better I look to Wizard. So please make that happen. All right, later.